Hello everybody and welcome back to Lotus Operations. And in the previous videos y'all saw me preparing the wood chips for our activated charcoal. Now if for some reason I lost those other videos and I'm not able to do it, I'll give you a quick brief of what you do to create your own active charcoal. You need wood chips, preferably drier, the better they are already because they don't have to cook as long. You need firewood or some other way of cooking your charcoal. I'm using a traditional wood fire pit. As you can see that I modified my fireplace to fit the grill. And then you need a pot with a lid and at least a hole in the top of the lid to be able to release the moisture. So what you're going to do is you're going to get as much wood chips for whatever type of charcoal you want, and then you're going to put it into the pot and you're going to cook it for 3 to 5 hours until all of that is into charcoal. Because to create active charcoal you have to cook it at a higher temperature than traditional charcoal, which is just your normal wood that does not fully burn all the way. So let's get the wood chips into the pan and begin the fire. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this puppy off. We're going to dump our wood chips into here. Boom. And put all our wood chips into here. You know what? We're not going to do that. That one's a little bit too tall. So, and then this one's kind of big, so we'll use that for there. There we go. So we got that there. We are going to put this here. And then we are going to, I decided today I'm not going to light it by flint and steel because I can't find my flint and steel. We're going to do traditional lighting methods. Boom. Go a little bit modern for a little bit. And we are going to start our clock. Now, as you can see, the fire has begun. The time is 12:06. We are going to start the clock. And we are going to begin the process for the fire. So let's get the stopwatch going. So, as you can see here, the stopwatch has begun for the process. And so what you want to do is you want to just leave it on your fire for 3 to 5 hours. And then when you get back, it should be into activated charcoal. But this is only a 1 out of a 2-step process. But I want to show you why you have to have a release vent into your thingamajig. As you can see here, we're already only 5 minutes into the cooking process, and all of that coming out is nothing but straight steam and some smoke from the wood inside. And you don't want it a complete seal because then therefore it could build up too much pressure, and too much pressure could actually blow the pot up, and you don't want no exploding pots in your yard at. Okay everybody, we are 2 hours into the cooking process, and as you can see I still have a nice fire roar and the pot is nice and black. And I'm going to show you what the charcoal looks like 2 hours in. Being I don't have that much charcoal, I'm going to actually only cook it for 3 hours instead of 5. I'm figuring the time frame is for the size of wood you're utilizing. The bit thicker it is, the longer it's going to take. And so technically maybe this is already finished for me, but I'm only going to do 3 hours as the minimum, as what the instructions states and specifies. But the more wood you do, the longer of course it's going to take to cook, and the thicker the wood, the longer it's going to take. But let's look at the progress so far for our fire and our charcoal. So if I can get a good section here, we are going to raise the lid, and as you can see inside the fire right there, the wood is cooking. And it is becoming nice charcoal. Hot shit. Damn. Dude, that's hot. So, that is basically what's going to happen. Once it hits the 3 hour mark, we are going to take off our activated charcoal. We're going to let it cool down. We're going to rinse it off with water. And then we are going to be basically done with part 1. But this is activated charcoal. This wood from the normal fires is your regular charcoal. And the advantages between activated charcoal and regular charcoal, they both filter out chemicals and water and stuff like that. But your activated charcoal does a tremendous better job at it because it is more porous and it is a more fine style of a filter. So if you're able to make activated charcoal for filtering waters out from the streams, creating your own homemade water filters, air filters, biological chemical filters, maybe not biological, my mistake, chemical filters, for gas masks, stuff like that, activated charcoal is the way to go. So let's sit the next hour, and then we are going to take it off and continue on with the process. Hello everybody, and here we are at our 3 hour mark. We have now finished cooking the activated charcoal, and we are going to allow it to cool down before we rinse it off, and then we are going to grind it down and then allow it to dry. So we're going to remove it off the fire, and then we're going to allow it to cool, and once it gets cool to the touch, then we will take and basically grind it down, rinse it off. So I'm going to get this stuff done right quick. So, remove this puppy. Set this right here. We're going to allow this to cool down. For however long it takes. So, you see here. In here we have our activated charcoal. Now, this is basically everything gone except for the charcoal parts of the stuff. And as you can see, this is all that's left. So once this gets cooled down, we are going to rinse this off, and then we are going to grind it down. So once it gets cool, we will continue on with. On a side note, this is regular charcoal, and this is activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is cooked at a higher temperature, therefore allowing 100% of the moisture and other stuff to be removed from it, leaving only the carbon behind. And this is regular charcoal, which is the unburnt wood from a normal fire. Now, you can use this regular charcoal to filter out water and other stuff, but unfortunately it does not do as good as a job as this puppy stuff right over here. So just wanted to throw that into the film so you can know the difference. But this is your normal charcoal, which you can use for writing materials, camouflage, and other little odds and ends. Cooking, if you want to make like mesquite type of wood and recook it later on. And then this is more for your chemical mask / air filters / drinking powders for poisons and other stuff. Okay, everybody, here we are. We've opened up our charcoal, and this is now our cooled down version of the activated charcoal. It took about a good 30 minutes before it was nice and cool to the touch. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to rinse it off to remove any impurities from the charcoal, and then we are going to crush it down to a powder. So let me find my strainer. Okay, everybody, so here we are. We are going to dump our charcoal into the container, and we are going to rinse this off to get off any of the impurities and other stuff that's there. Give it a nice good rinse, and then we are going to take it out. Let's rinse this out too. Here, give our pot a good rinse, clean down from the cooking. Sorry, I got my shirt all contaminated. Luckily it comes off. So, in doing this, there we go. So now our pot is clean. We are going to take our charcoal and we are going to take it out of here like this. As you can see, this is what we want. We're going to put it back into here. So we're going to strain all of this out. You want to get as much of the impurities off as possible, so whenever you do make your mask or your filters or for your drinking solutions for either poisons or stomach issues, because you can use this stuff for lots of different things, you want it as clean as possible. Now, what would be better is if I had like a metal mesh wire grate stuff, because then I could just set the charcoal on top, pour the water through, boom, been done. We didn't have to be doing this by hand, but hey, we got to work with what we have, don't we? Yep. So work with what we have. Here, let's set this up right here. Okay, well, here's a little thing. Dump some here, grab it out of here. Okay, everybody, welcome back. And now we have our bowl we're going to crush our charcoal in. Our activated charcoal here is not fully activated yet. This is only phase 1 before we actually activate it. Oh shit, I almost jumped out on my toe. So we are going to crush the charcoal now. I'm trying to set the camera up so it doesn't fall down on top of me. But I'm going to get this positioned to where you will be able to see me actually crushing the charcoal inside of the pan. So what you want to do now is you want to get your charcoal. You're going to put it inside the pan, whatever you're going to crush it, and you're going to find something to crush it down with. Okay? Me, I'm using a screwdriver. But you want to get this thing crushed down into a powder. It's better if you have like something else, like a lot more, like stones. And there you go. This is what the activated charcoal ground up would look like. Now, as you can see, it's a powder. This is not going to be 100% perfectly ground up by hand unless you have the proper materials. And I don't have the stone, which will give me a better grinding than normal. I'm going to attempt, when this stuff dries, to use a blender to see exactly if it can give it a better blend and grinding up thing, just for shits and giggles. But this is basically what it's going to look like here, which this is pretty freaking fine and good for what you need to use it for. After you are done grinding this up, you're going to let it sit for 24 hours so it can, all the moisture that's in it will fully dry out, be completely gone. Then you can seal it up and store it up. And then in part 2 of the video, we're going to be showing you what chemicals or juices that you can add to it to activate the charcoal to allow it to filter out the chemicals and the air to become the activated charcoal that we are creating. So I am going to keep grinding this puppy up to get it as fine as possible. And then okay, everybody, here we are. We have our NutriBullet set up that we are going to attempt to do. I am going to basically be taking this stuff, putting it into a NutriBullet, and we are going to be grinding this down into a powder. We're going to see how effective this NutriBullet is in grinding down your charcoal and seeing if this will work, or if it's the better option is to take and do it by hand. So let's just do this right quick. Let me get my bullet. Hey everybody, bullet's plugged in. We are sealing this down. The wife does not know about this. So let's begin. Boom. Okay, here's the rest of the charcoal. This is actually working a hell of a lot faster. Use technology to your advantage. Cool thing about charcoal, it's completely safe. It's made out of wood. It's not going to kill you. Here we go. Okay, everybody, so here we go. This is how well a Ninja little blender actually works. I am likely going to utilize this from now on to do all of my activated charcoal. As you see here, boom, look at that. It is all blended in, even better than my ground up version, which is right over here. I mean, honestly, this stuff is a finer powder, this, than compared to this. So, but yep. So now you have your two different options of how you can blend your activated charcoal. Okay, when I was telling y'all how we need to let this dry for 24 hours, I recommend taking this stuff, putting this stuff into a straight line all the way like this to allow it to dry. And then we are going to take this one here. Now this one here is a little bit different because it got blended up, but it is basically all here. And we are going to spread this out because, as you can see, this is all just crumbled up, so it's not really large clumps. And if there is any large clumps left in there, I will filter those out later on in the video, and then we will take those out and just crush those up, maybe by hand. If they don't want to crush up, then they won't be in my activated charcoal. So, but yep, and now we let it dry for 24 hours out here. And then once it's fully dry, then we will seal it up for our next part 2 of our video. So everybody, I hope you found this first part of this tutorial interesting, and you will stay tuned for part 2. Now, like I said, in part 2, I'm going to show you what you need to mix into the charcoal, the ground up charcoal, to activate it, to actually make it work for your chemical mask / your filter / whatever you want to do. It ain't finished yet. You still got a lot more that you need to do. The first and the longest part is cooking it. So I am going to let you go, and I hope that you like my videos I'm pumping out. If you do, like, subscribe, share them. Let's get the word out. Let's get more subscribers in on my channel. And stay tuned for more survival videos. More is on their way as I come up with them, and as I am able to do them due to the environmental factors of the coronavirus. So y'all have fun now. Be safe, y'all. Lotus Operations out.